Hey everybody, welcome to 8 tips and tricks in Pokémon Yellow. First one being how to bypass the guard for a cycling road without a bicycle. You just go up against the wall there and spam the B button. Pretty simple. And we'll just grow a bicycle just like that. We can mess around if we want to. I'm just going to show you that I don't have a bicycle on me. And when we go back in, he's pretty silly about it. We're like, no bikes allowed, even though I was just on there. As you can see though, I have no bicycle. Pretty neat trick. It can be kind of useful if you don't want to get the bike for whatever reason. The next trick will take place at the top Pokemon Tower, where the ghost of Marowak is. And the trick here is to use something other than the Sylph Scope to not only identify what the ghost is, but to get away from it. So as I said, it's a Marowak, so if we use the summary method in the game, like while in battle, it'll show us the Marowak, which is pretty neat. And then here, if I use a Pokédoll, we can use that to flee the battle, and we'll escape the Marowak just like that, without the Sylph Scope. It's a pretty neat trick in my opinion. It saves a little bit of time, you don't have to go through the rocket hideout if you don't want to. And we can move along just like that. For this tip, we can reboard the S.S. by doing this little trick by saving the game and resetting. You'll see here. Go through that lovely startup screen, and what the game will do is we're supposed to be facing down, but we're still facing towards the water so we can surf, but we'll still go down since we're facing down technically. We can bypass the guy and reboard the ship, which is pretty handy if you missed out on any items or any battles with any trainers. It's also pretty neat though. If we go into like the little bridge, or the dock if you will, to the boat, you can actually surf on the water since we have a surfer now. And we can find the infamous truck over here, where Mew does not reside. It's just a myth. But you can take a look at it, it's pretty neat. It's strange they added something like that in the game, but yeah, there it is. For this tip, we're going to fly away from this guy on Route 24. He's a long-range trainer that we can escape from using fly. We will then fight a trainer. We will then head south of Cerulean City onto Route 5 to find this underground gate, if you will. It'll have this trainer in here that we can trade with. And that Machoke she has a nickname that corresponds to a special Pokemon. So once we talk to her, we can fly back to a route where we escaped from. Upon returning to the route, our start menu will pop open. That's fine, we'll close out of it and encounter a Pokemon. This is the high level Pokemon that we can get early in the game. This one's a Starmie, which corresponds to that Ricky, which is technically the nickname of the Machoke, or that trainer. And so we can catch this right away using a Masterball, which is quite nice. There we go, we got the Starmie. For this trick, we'll find ourselves early in the game, even before we beat Brock. We're going to once again do the trainer escape glitch using an escape rope on this trainer. This is Viridian Force, if you couldn't tell. Once we're back, we're actually going to head back to Viridian Force. We're going to encounter a Pokemon. We'll see here that I encounter a level 4 Caterpie, which is ideal. Unfortunately, it was a broken Caterpie, so I'm not able to growl at it 6 times. So you'll see here there'll be a brief cut to where I speed through and growl at it 6 times at this level 5, which also works for the Pokemon that we'll get from this. And so here in a moment, I'm just going to defeat the Pokemon and get away. After that, we're going to try and skip town, Pewter City that is, and this guy's going to stop us. He's going to take us through a nice little walk. We're going to go to the gym. We've seen it before. And once we get there, he's gonna wander off through those posts over to the right. We're gonna wander off as well, but this time we're gonna go right back to Viridian Forest. And as soon as we get here, we'll get this message here, asking about a Pikachu. And it's actually going to be a Nidoking. We'll see that it's at level 1. Which is precisely what we want. We're gonna have to waste some turns here, using Thunder Wave. It's technically faster than using Growl, but it's also good to Growl if it does a lot of damage, which it really shouldn't, 'cause it's level 1, but still. Basically just have to waste out time until it hurts itself with its confusion by using Thrash. You'll see here it starts hurting itself in confusion, which is good. It starts to get it into a range where we can start catching it. Obviously we can catch it sooner than this, but the odds aren't as good as it is now, which I do believe it's after this we'll catch it, which is pretty good, because I think there's been a couple of times where I've had it faint on me from confusion before I can catch it, so, you know. But it's good to have save states for that reason, stuff like that. Once we catch it, of course, it's going to be updated to the Pokedex. The important part is once we get out of here, remember it's at level 1, it shouldn't have very much EXP, but we'll see here that it actually does. Go into battle first. Doesn't really matter what we encounter, but it's nice that it gives us a small amount of EXP. So once again, we'll switch into Pikachu, because I don't want the Nidoking to faint. Finally, we'll see that it has a lot of EXP points for being level 1, and we need 63 to go level 2. Kind of ignore that and just try to get less than 55, because it has a negative amount of EXP technically, so once we get less than that, it'll actually go directly up to level 100, thus giving us a level 100 Pokemon before Brock. You can check out its stats. It's not terrible. It's definitely really good to have at this point in the game, for sure. For this trick, it's nice to have a poisoned Pokemon, one that has fly as well, so Spearow would be good for that. We're going to head into the Safari Zone gate, go right on through, pay our outrageous fee of $500. Once we head into there, once it lets us, any day now please, we're actually going to leave immediately. Then we're going to say no, we're not leaving early. Go back in and save. We're actually going to save and reset. Once we're back, we're actually going to leave again. He's going to act like if everything's normal, and we're going to say no and just leave. That is because we still have our 500 steps, and now what we need to do is waste those out. There's a couple of good spots to do this. My preference is Viridian City, because there's an enormous ledge you can use, which you'll see here. Because what we need to do is walk until the PA calls us when we're in midair, pretty much at that point. So what we need to do is just walk out and waste our steps. And our Pokemon's poisoned, so remember, it's good to heal that up, which I believe I do here. I checked anyway. And the goal is to basically just waste out steps until the PA calls, and knowing when the PA will call, basically, to where you're in midair. It's good to save whenever you get the option, when you think about it, just because with PA calls before you're able to jump over a ledge, it's going to kind of screw you over. So just save frequently when you get close to the end. As you can see there, we just leapt and now we're in midair. And we're still in midair, apparently. You see Spearow's still poisoned, which is great, because we're actually trapped in here now, because we can walk through walls. If we try to walk out of bounds, the game will crash, so it's important you come with a poison Pokemon. We can stay on top of that guy and replace him if we want to. But essentially, You just gotta walk around until your Pokemon faints, so you can escape with your walk through walls. Now we can take it to the overworld. Which you see I don't do it right away, but now we can start walking through these like shrubs or trees or whatever. Start walking on them, I guess. We're gonna make our way into Saffron City. It's a decent place to show off somewhat of the power of walk through walls. Kind of stumble around a little bit here. But it's important not to walk through any warps. The reason why is because that will actually get rid of your walk through walls. So you can only really use that once for walking through warps. So it hits me, it's like, which warp should we use? I'm not going to use Silphco because I don't need to, as you can see there. We're actually going to head up to the gym. See here, rockets in the way, but that doesn't matter when you have walk through walls, we can go right in anyway. It's pretty nice. Obviously we'll be trapped, but we can still fly away afterwards. So we got that. We no longer have walk through walls, but it's still a neat little trick. For this trick, we're going to do the long range trainer glitch on the Gambler on Route 8. We're going to fly to Lavender Town. We're then going to head into the Pokemon Tower. Make our way to the 3rd floor. That's because we have 2 trainers up here that we can fight. We're going to start with this one. After we beat her, we're going to obviously close out of there, and then escape using an escape rope. We'll head back to the route that we escaped from. We're going to get an encounter. This encounter is going to be Missingno, the yellow Missingno, so it's all crazy. We actually got really lucky here to get it on the first try because that almost never happens. As you can see and hear, it's kind of loud and a little obnoxious. But what we're going to do here is switch things around to multiply. Already multiplied the rare candy. We're going to catch it, because when you catch Missingno, it will also multiply again whatever's in the 6th slot. Because when you encounter it, it also multiplies the 6th slot. You might have seen there, it was actually nicknamed Super Repel, which is pretty funny, honestly. And then when we look at the route, showing off that I have the nuggets and rare candies multiplied, things are all kind of crazy on here, and I guess Yellow's going south for the winter or something, who knows. For this trick, we're going to head into Silphco. We're going to make our way to the elevator because we want to go to 11F. That is because there's a couple special things up here. This trainer for one will be beneficial. Gonna save, it's always good to save before the long range trainer. This guy is not a long range trainer, but with the use of an item, it's a rivals effect item you'll see here. It allows me to walk into line of sight of the trainer, but then reset the trainer to where it will actually encounter me, but then before it encounters me, I get away using an escape rope, just like that. Now all we need to do is just fight a trainer, pretty simple. Once again, head back into Silphco, make your way to the elevator, and this time you have to take the elevator. The first time you did not have to, but it's just easier that way. So in this case, use the elevator lift. Let this be the last text box you see, so do not open any text boxes, do not open the start menu when you're in here after this. Just walk right out. and the president will thank us for saving Sylph somehow. And so, of course, he'll reward us with a Masterball because of that. What's pretty neat is he can do that multiple times. We'll actually go back into the elevator and get Wild Encounter based on the last Pokemon we fought. So in this case, an Onix. And so why not use the Masterball to catch it, because I don't have one yet. Once we do that, we can leave, and we can actually set up the glitch again if we want. What's pretty neat about this one is it can be done on repeat. So you can use it to get more than one Master Ball. You can even get it to get the Master Ball early, and then use that to multiply using Missingno. Just like that, we can use an escape rope again, get away. That is going to conclude this tips and tricks video of Pokemon Yellow. Hope you guys enjoyed. If so, that's fantastic. If you guys enjoyed it so much, be sure to rate it well. I'm tempted to do this more for Pokemon Yellow and even more for other games. Please also let me know what you guys think of this style of video. If you're not really a fan of it, I won't do it again. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed watching. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.